morning, everyone.
Good morning.
As you hopefully will remember, we've spent the last 2 days talking about like and unlike fractions, adding them, subtracting them, and how to change two fractions that are not alike into like fractions so that it makes it easier to add them. So as a review first, can someone tell me what it means when fractions are alike? Does that indicate? Yes, that's correct. So if I have these would be like fractions, right?
Correct.
So in order to add them, what would you do? Susie?
You just keep the same denominator, so it'd be this, and then you add the numerators.
Correct. And you get 3/5. So whenever we're subtracting, so if I was going to do
There's some fractions on
what would you do with this? Is it the same thing or does anything change? Minus subtracting, of course.
it.
So what would the answer be? Correct. Okay. So that's pretty simple. We've been working on that for a few more days. But yesterday we worked a little more in depth with things. So if I have I need to put here. What would I do with this problem? What's the first thing you see that we need to fix, Tony?
You need to make the denominators the same number, so you need to find like a common factor.
Yes, the least common denominator. So, what would we do in this problem? Does anyone have an idea? What would we do to 2/3 to make it easily added to 2/6?
We would multiply the bottom by 2 and the top by 2.
Yes, giving us 2/6 plus 4/6, giving us 6/6. Does anyone know what this would convert to? 6/6?
A whole.
1, correct. So, it's a pretty good review. Everyone seems to know what's going on. So now what we're going to do is start on our activity for the day. So you have a mat in front of you, and we're going to be using the solid side. And you have graham crackers and chocolate chips. So what you're going to make your board look like is this. And we're going to start with addition, so make your board look like this. There should be markers in here.
I'm getting excited. I just want to open my phone.
Here's another one. Thank you. And then once you have your board made, you're going to take your graham crackers out. Carefully pulling them apart because graham crackers are very fragile. We're going to be making our own fractions in case you're wondering what's going on with this.
Do we put both of them apart?
Yep. And I'll bring my board over here so you can see what it's supposed to look like. Put 1/2 above the line and 1 under, so like your numerator and your denominator on both sides. Yes, we can eat it when we're finished.
That's the most important question.
Yeah, and then once you're finished with that, does anyone who's already finished have an idea of what we might do with the chocolate chips?
Eat them.
Yes, but before we eat them, we're going to start by,
Oh, are those like the numerator and denominator?
yes. So say you want your fraction to be 3/5. So So you'll take 5 chocolate chips and put them on the bottom to a denominator of 5, and 3 on the top, giving you a numerator of 3. And let's say you want your second one to be, we're going to start with like fractions to make it easy. So say you want it to be 2/5. No, 1/5. I don't want to do wholes. Sorry. And then, yeah, it's a little messy, but that's okay. There's napkins. And then you're going to use your marker to solve the problem and put your sum at the end. So 3/5 plus 1/5 would give us what? That's what everyone says. Okay, so now instead of me giving you a problem, you're going to take your chocolate chips off, and you can reuse them or you can add some and make your own addition problem. Let's make sure, because at this point we haven't gotten to mixed numbers or improper fractions quite yet, so make sure your numerator is smaller than your denominator, at least on your 2 that you're adding together. If you end up with a sum that has a larger numerator than the denominator, that's fine. You can just leave it like that in improper fraction form for now.
So we're still doing like fractions, did you say?
Yes, still doing like fractions, just for a few minutes. And then once you have a problem, we'll have people share what they did.
You got icing on your mat.
Okay, so would anyone like to share the problem they came up with?
I'm Lonnie. I did 3/8 plus 3/8 equals 6/8, and I reduced that to 3/4.
Good job. She is really good at math and fractions. Anyone else? Caitlin?
I did 3/7 plus 3/7, and I got 6/7.
Good job. Okay, so now we're going to change our sign from addition to subtraction. And continuing with like fractions, make up a new fraction, like 2 new fractions. Like fractions again, so the denominators are the same. And then we'll compare. You can do what Caitlin did. If you want to get rid of some, eat them as you take them off. Smart. Susie, would you like to share?
I have 3/7 minus 2/7 equals 1/7.
Good job. And Lisa.
4/10 minus 3/10 equals 1/10.
Right. So now what we're going to do is, you might have to move your crackers a little closer to the end, but we're going to do work with unlike fractions. So instead of taking off the chocolate chips, unless you want to go ahead and eat them, that's fine. Just go ahead and add a few chocolate chips to one of your denominators, making it different than the one next to it.
When you said we have to move it closer to the end, what did
Well,
you mean exactly?
Closer to the side of the paper because you're gonna be multiplying one of your fractions by to get the two fractions to be like.
Are we adding or subtracting? Did you say add?
We can go ahead and add. Or you can subtract if you'd like. It's up to you really. You create it.
So we're adding.
So make sure we're finding our least common denominator between the two. Making it easy to add.
My problem. Yeah, I just realized that.
Okay. Are we almost there? Okay, so Tawny looks like she's finished. So while everyone else is finishing up, why don't you tell us what you came up with?
I did 3/4 plus 1/8, and so I changed my 3/4 to 6/8, because that was the least common denominator.
Okay.
And so then my problem became 6/8 plus 1/8, and I got 7/8.
Good job. Okay, so we're finishing up. We have to go to lunch now. So as you're cleaning up, let's just review quickly. Just you can eat your graham crackers or you can throw them away, whatever you prefer. And then while you're cleaning up, can someone tell me what has to be in common between two fractions for them to be like?
What about the same denominator?
And if your fractions are unlike, what do you do in order to be able to do the operation?
Like the same denominator? Or least common denominator?
Yes, good job. So, we'll pretend we're all cleaned up here. As we're walking to lunch, today is pizza day. So see if you can figure out what your slice of pizza plus your best friend's slice of pizza, what fraction that makes up of the whole entire pizza. Good job.